Any questions? I have. I've stunned myself into silence as well, I think.
So I have a question.
Yep.
What would you like to happen in India?
Well, I think what we're beginning to do, because we're, I think, beginning to do some quite interesting, innovative work based around local media, hyperlocal location, and being able to take content in, which is GPS enabled, and then deliver it out so it's GPS deliverable. I think we're looking for organizations or people that over the next year and a half are interested in sort of working with us on a journey where what we do could become relevant to do within the Indian market and the Indian community, whether it's with government creating ultra-low-cost digital messages they want to start taking out to anybody that they feel is important to deliver through mobile, or IPTV, or TV. So that's really, I think, what we're interested in doing.
Just wondering, when you were working with the BBC, or I'm assuming other partners as well, was there any resistance from their side in terms of content producing from a localized
I think the sort of localized and hyper-local situation, I think it is just beginning to emerge now in the UK, so I think it is that quite innovative space. And as Frank was talking about earlier on, there are now 3 initiatives which are going forward, and one of them is about hyperlocal media, and it's working with one of the big UK research organisations called Nesta as well. So there's a cluster of about 30 different projects going on with 30 different organisations based around hyperlocal, what it means, how that's going to be really about emerging over the next probably 3 to 5 years or something like that. So in other words, the developments going on now, looking at beginning to deliver the services out in about 18 months to 3 years' time. So it's that kind of forward-thinking type of process. And I think the landscape in TV and things like that is changing so much. And I think organisations, have to start taking notice of what's going on, and they have to start communicating far more in a much more sort of two-way with the audience and the communities that they're beginning to look at. So, and I think partly it's also about digitisation. It's about digital processing. It's beginning to look at digital media, whatever that might mean, because it also includes text and photos and everything like that, beginning to replace, traditional paper methods as well, but obviously being able to do it in a very low-cost way. That makes sense. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask actually to the audience really, is there much development of location-based services in India? Is that something that's developing on those 4,000 different operators?
Things like friend finder kind of thing definitely is popular. It's location-based content. And the other one, which is now mandated by the Department of Telecom, is ability to locate a user to a fairly high degree of accuracy. Right now, the mandate is for selected phones, which is what they call as suspect phones. But in 3 years, the mandate is that every mobile phone should be locatable to 20 meters of accuracy. And then whatever value-added applications one can create on top of that, could be over-the-top location or it could be operator-assisted location. One could go ahead and develop it. It is not every mobile, only selected mobile. It's much more difficult to do it every mobile. It's a mobile that the government
that's what.
wants.
Correct. That's what I said. Suspected mobile for now, but 3 years down the line, every mobile. That's the mandate, but let's see how it goes.
So can I just comment here and just make sure I understand my perception from about a year ago, certainly when talking to people about the challenge for the newspaper industry here, because what you have to remember is in the UK and in Europe, newspaper circulation has declined, print media in deep distress, and so print newspaper as a medium is going to be gone. And the first people who have been affected by local newspapers, so regional newspapers across Europe. And so the hypermedia initiative, the TSB and other things in the UK, was really a reaction to try and help some of the local media organizations whose businesses were dying. The number of regional print things has just dropped dramatically. Now, in India, as I understood it, last time I looked, in fact, people are setting up new print newspapers. Yep. It's an expanding market. Yeah, and so So my question is, I'm not sure how relevant really hyper-local media is in the Indian context, or whether it has to be looked at in a different way. Any observations from the floor?